This is a story we've been tracking for you all week. The city of Tshwane working to restore services after almost a full week of municipal protests by SAMWU. Now, an agreement between workers and the city was reached late last night, in fact, in the early hours of this morning. Workers will now receive a once-off payment of between 7,000 Rand and 15,000 Rand. And over the next 2 months, a task team will be set up to put together a salary benchmark pay scale for the city. Let's get you more details on exactly what that agreement entails. Our reporter Aviwe Mtila joins us now live. Aviwe, so it's not exactly the 18% that workers were demanding.
Certainly not, Michelle. Of course, you'll understand that the discussions were quite heavy and tough inside there. We're expecting a shorter day rather tomorrow with the negotiations beginning at 10 o'clock, and we're expected to end by lunchtime. But of course, you will understand that that only wrapped up early hours of this morning, around 12:30, I am told. You would understand even from those people that I've been speaking to early in the morning, they're saying that no one is really happy when negotiations takes place, but the important thing is that they were all able to walk out there. They were all managed to walk out, in fact. I just want to take you through some of the resolution that came out of there. We do understand that a task team, in fact, includes all parties. Those are the two unions, SAMWU and IMATU, as well as the city of Tshwane, will be conducting a benchmark exercise, in fact, looking at other metropolitan cities and metropolitan municipalities, I beg your pardon, and looking at how they salary scales are, and then we'll have to implement them at the city of Tshwane within the next 60 days. Also, the employer has to commence a once-off payment to the employee, as you mentioned some of those stipulations there, but we do understand more critically that those earning under 20,000 Rand will receive a once-off 15,000 Rand payment, and those earning between 20,000 Rand and 30,000 Rand will receive a payment of 10,000 Rand, and those above 30,000 Rand will receive a payment of 7,000 Rand. That is supposed to happen within the next 7 days, and of course the current unprotected strike will be discontinued, and those that were involved in that protest action are supposed to be not victimized. That's the latest from the resolution that we received early this morning.
Aviwe, before we let you go, that issue around these 64 senior managers, or 60-odd, I think it's around 64, who had their packages restructured so that they would get that 18% increase, was that part of these agreements?
Yes, they certainly were. We do understand that they've already received those 18% increases over the last 2 months. So what we do understand now that has been suspended going forward, just in order for this benchmark exercise to be taking place. That, of course, includes the task team that I just mentioned that will look into other metropolitan municipalities and how their salary scales are, and then will be, of course, implemented within the city of Tshwane, which will also look into those 64 senior staff members that, of course, caused this huge bone of contention. Michelle.
All right, well, thanks very much for that update. Aviwe Mtila tracking the SAMWU strike for us, which, as we know, has now ended after 4 days of striking in the city. No doubt if you